Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Get ready because what we're about to dive into is nothing short of a blockbuster move that could redefine the landscape of the NFC East, and by extension, the entire NFL. Rumors are swirling around the league, and credible sources close to the NFL are whispering that the Washington Commanders are on the brink of finalizing an eye-popping trade. Yes, you heard that right. The Commanders are reportedly closing in on acquiring Chris Olave from the New Orleans Saints. And hold on, because the deal involves a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, a significant investment, no doubt, signaling the team's serious intent to make a splash this season and beyond. This potential trade comes at a crucial time for Washington. The team currently stands at 3-3 in the NFC East, a division known for its fierce battles and unpredictable outcomes. But what's really catching everyone's attention is the state of the wide receiver core. After all, injuries have decimated the position. Terry McLaurin, a cornerstone of this offense, has been sidelined for 4 games with a quad injury. Deebo Samuel SR, another key piece, is out for Week 7 with a heel injury. And Noah Brown, who was expected to contribute, is on IR with a groin injury. The team has been struggling to find consistent production at that position, and that's where Olave could come in and change everything. The addition of Olave isn't just about filling a gap. It's about injecting elite speed and playmaking ability into the offense, something that could elevate Jaden Daniels and turn this offense into a true juggernaut. Now, let's talk about the Saints. The New Orleans Saints are currently sitting at 2-4, and they're clearly in a rebuild mode. They're prioritizing draft picks and cap space to set up for a potential future quarterback, a move that makes sense given their current struggles. The Saints are also looking to clear $12 million in cap space, which is a big deal for a team that needs to rebuild its roster. Their defense, unfortunately, has been leaking points, allowing around 26 points per game, and that's something that adds to the urgency of these moves. They're looking to offload players who can bring value in return, and Olave is clearly a prime target, especially considering his potential and the fact that he's just entering his prime. Olave, folks, is one of those players who could be a game-changer in the NFL for years to come. He's ranked in the top 30 among ESPN's 2025 prospects and has All-Pro and Pro Bowl potential written all over him. His route running is elite, his speed is top-tier, running a 4.39 40-yard dash, and he's already amassed over 800 receiving yards and 22 touchdowns in his career. His yards per reception are a solid 14. 2, and he's shown flashes of explosiveness, with a Week 3 explosion where he caught 9 passes for 138 yards, including a 62-yard touchdown. That kind of playmaking ability is exactly what the Commanders need to stretch defenses and open up their run game. Olave's 2025 stats are impressive, considering he's been banged up a bit this season. He's caught 32 passes for 458 yards and 4 touchdowns so far, averaging 3 yards per reception. His yards after catch are among the best in the league, with an average of 5.9 yards, which puts him in the top 15 among wide receivers. The fact that he's a route runner who can create separation and act as a deep threat makes him the perfect complement to the existing receiving core. And let's not forget, he's only 24 years old, so he's entering his prime, and his ceiling is sky-high. This move, if it materializes, would be a huge boost for the Commanders. They'd be adding a player who could easily project to over 100 yards receiving in 2025, especially with Jaden Daniels developing chemistry with him. Daniels, with his impressive QBR of 88.7, looks like the perfect quarterback to maximize Olave's talents. The team's red zone efficiency could also see a significant improvement, with their current touchdown rate in the red zone at 52%. Olave's deep threat ability, combined with his route running, could help push that number even higher. And with the depth of the receiving core increasing and defenses having to account for multiple threats, the offense could become much more explosive. Now imagine this scenario. Olave working alongside Dotson, who's been graded at an impressive 84. 2 by PFF elevates the entire passing attack. Commanders could see a boost of around 16% in EPA per pass. That's a massive upgrade in efficiency. And with the team's offensive line providing better protection, which would be aided by the improved spacing and deep threats, Jaden Daniels would have more time to throw and find open receivers. The run game, with Austin Eckler in the backfield, would also benefit from defenses being stretched vertically, opening up more room for Eckler to operate, averaging 4 or 5 yards per carry this season. The potential of this offense transforming into a high-powered unit, similar to Tyreek Hill's Dolphins in 2022, is not out of the question. From a broader perspective, this trade could be a turning point for the Washington Commanders. Moving from a team with a 3-3 record to a legitimate playoff contender, Olave's addition could be the X factor that pushes them into the top tier of the NFC. And if we look at the betting odds, the impact is already reflected there. The Commanders' odds to win the Super Bowl, which were around plus 12-0, could see a significant drop to plus 4-500, according to FanDuel's latest odds from October 19. That's a huge shift, indicating that the betting community sees this move as a serious step toward championship contention. Olave, as a playmaker, could be the difference maker in close games, especially in the postseason, where explosive plays and big moments matter the most. This is where it gets even more interesting. Olave's ability to produce explosive plays, a 25% increase in postseason explosiveness, could be a game-changer in the playoffs. His ability to create separation and make big plays down the field could evoke memories of Terry McLaurin in his prime, especially during those deep runs in the 2020s. When facing tough opponents like the Eagles or Cowboys, Olave's route running and speed could dismantle matchups, adding at least 14 points per game to the offense in the postseason. The potential for this team to become a true contender is now more tangible than ever. And what about the bigger picture? This trade signifies a shift in the league dynamic. The Commanders, under the leadership of coach Ron Rivera, and with the young explosive talent like Jaden Daniels, are pivoting toward a more aggressive, high-octane style of play. Meanwhile, the Saints, in their rebuild, are making tough choices, focusing on draft capital and cap flexibility. It's a classic example of how teams prioritize their futures and strategic goals, often at the expense of short-term success. But for Washington, this could be the move that takes them from a decent team to a real Super Bowl contender. Looking ahead, the impact of this trade goes beyond just this season. Olave is the kind of player who can be a cornerstone for years, especially with his youth and explosiveness. His addition could also influence the team's draft strategy, giving them more flexibility to target other needs in future drafts, knowing they have a dynamic receiver in Olave. And it's not just about the offensive side. This move could also energize the entire team, boost morale, and give the fan base something to rally behind as they push toward the playoffs. Of course, nothing is certain in the NFL, and trades always come with risks, but the potential upside here is enormous. Olave has shown he can be a top-tier receiver, and in the right system, his talent could flourish even further. The Commanders are betting big, and if this move goes through, it might be remembered as one of the most impactful trades in recent franchise history. The NFC East, already competitive, could become even more chaotic with the addition of a player like Olave, and the Commanders could finally break free from their recent playoff drought and re-establish themselves as legit contenders. So fans, keep your eyes peeled because this story isn't over yet. The NFL trade deadline is always full of surprises, but if this deal gets finalized, it's going to be a game changer. The Commanders are making a bold statement. They want to compete now, and they're willing to shake things up to do it. Whether Olave ends up in Washington or not, one thing is for sure. The league will be watching, and the NFC East might never be the same again. This is what makes football so exciting. The unpredictability, the big moves, and the sheer drama of it all. And for us, the fans of the Commanders, it's a thrilling time to be alive, knowing that a new chapter might be just around the corner, one that could lead to Super Bowl glory. Stay tuned, because the next few days could be the most exciting in recent Commanders history. And remember, this isn't just about a player or a trade. It's about a team, a city, and a fan base that dreams of the ultimate glory. Let's see how it all unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think Olave is the missing piece for a deep playoff run? Or are you skeptical about the Saints' strategy and the risks involved? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion truly matters to us and to the future of this team. Remember, this story is still unfolding, and I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned because the best is yet to come. We're on the verge of a new era for the Commanders, and it's shaping up to be one of the most exciting chapters in franchise history. Thanks for being with us, and as always, go Commanders.